Hey guys, Mary Languish here. Welcome to my channel. It's that type of year again, and I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions for artists, or goals for artists, or whatever you want to call it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for content like this for you as a creative, artistic person on your specific journey. So let's get started. So I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, I do not set New Year's resolutions because all I do is break them, and so I don't do them at all. Well, I can understand that, where it's like you say you're gonna do something and you don't, and it just makes you feel crappy. I totally understand that feeling. However, I think it's really dumb not to set some sort of goal or plan for the new year, because if you don't, I think you don't really have an idea of where you've been, your progress, how much you've gotten done, even if your goals are attainable or not, whether or not you get them done. It's just a lot of helpful information if you can actually set some goals or resolutions. So definition of resolution, when I looked up on the internet for Google, thanks Google, a firm decision to do or not to do something. So it does have a very strict, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna do this type of feeling. So I can see how resolutions can be a little scary to set. Whereas goals, on the other hand, which tend to be a little bit more possible or feel more possible. And the definition of goals from Google, again, is the object of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or desired result. And I think that's definitely a little bit more comforting, right? It's like, oh, I want to get here. I want this result. And therefore that's what a goal is. You're working towards that thing. I think a resolution tends to sound like jail. And we just don't want that starting into the new year. And we get that gusto for the first week, and then it's just like... So I'm going to share with you some general goals or ideas for general goals that then you can personalize and make it your own, kind of taking things that I tend to do from my New Year's resolution, New Year's goals list, and just breaking it down into general categories, and then you can, from that information, hopefully flesh it out and make it your own. You can call them New Year's resolutions if you want to, or just New Year's goals, up to you. I think of them as the same thing, so let's dive in. The first one I'm gonna call a professional goal. So this will be like actually setting a number of how many paintings or art pieces you wanna get done in the new year. This could be how many shows you wanna do. This could be how many murals you wanna do. This could be how many books you wanna illustrate. This could be finishing a book that you've been working on. This could be publishing something. This could be kind of a bigger, attainable goal that might have a few steps to it, or might be something you have to work up to. How many projects? It's basically like, this is what I want to do this year. These are the things I want to get done related to your professional art creation. So that's the first one. Second one is setting some sort of daily rituals. Now, you're talking to someone who absolutely hates routine. I'll like routine for a while, and then I have to change it up because I get bored and tired. I think it's my creative right brain mind is just like, I need something different all the time to keep life exciting. So the word routine just like kind of grosses me out sometimes. So, and maybe it works for you and that's great. But think of some sort of little routine, ritual, daily rituals that you can do to basically strengthen your skills, improve your skills, things that can help you learn more, dive deeper, get better. Those types of things can really be beneficial, and they're small goals. I call them the small goals because they're little things. Like, you know, if you're an artist and you draw and paint, one thing might be to do a little sketch every day. You know, it's small, it's attainable, but it also improves your skill. The third one is health. Now, I know we're talking about artists and creatives specifically, but I really believe, I strongly believe that if you don't have good eating habits or movement, exercise habits, that it's going to negatively affect your art, in the fact that you're not gonna be able to be as efficient as you would if you ate really good and if you worked out really good. It doesn't have to be crazy. 3 times a week, doing a little movement is a great idea. Really thinking about like, how much sugar am I eating? How much crap am I eating? Like, maybe try to limit some of that stuff and add in a bunch of healthy foods, because you just feel better when you do. And that really feeds into your art and your creative process. Number 4 is seeking out inspiration. So this can be a fun one, you know, like maybe you're gonna say, I'm gonna watch so many movies this year because I think that it feeds my art. Or maybe it's, I want to go to a few different art shows this year, or I want to go to a craft fair, or I want to sell at a craft fair. That can help you seek out inspiration. I want to go talk to these people. I want to go to this conference. Things that are directly going to fuel your art are going to be what you would put in this category. It could be things to try. It could be things to research, anything like that. And obviously, you know yourself the best, and you know where you want to be and your goals and all that. So really think about some fun ways to kind of seek out inspiration and to make that a goal this year. The fifth one, I decided to add last minute, and it's actually a fairly important one, at least what I've found over the years, and that's relationships. And even if you're like myself, quite introverted and love being home working on stuff, and it's hard to plan things with people because you don't want to commit that time to that. It can be a lot of energy sucking, you know, all of that. I think it's really, really important to be really investing in those relationships in your life. So definitely close people to you, family and friends. You don't have to go make new friends necessarily, though that could be a good goal. Networking is always a good goal. You know, life is too short not to love on the people that are in your life. And, you know, some people are here today and gone tomorrow. And I think it's really important as people to just be loving on those around us, right? Giving them some of our time. Doesn't have to be a lot of our time. Doesn't have to be all of our time. Doesn't have to be constantly. Just some of our time, some of our energy, some of our attention. And honestly, that not only fuels them, it fuels you. It fuels your art. I mean, think about it. Your support system is with the people closest to you, and honestly, a lot of the art we do is for other people to see, to change lives, to change the world, and that involves people, and that results in us needing to make relationships. You can't sell art unless you make relationships. You can't make friends unless you're vulnerable and make relationships, and sharing your art is a very vulnerable thing. And so I think that people have a big place in our craft and our creating and in our process, and definitely in our New Year's resolutions. So give that some thought and think about how that looks for you and jot down some ideas. And then the last one is, yes, it's a goal, but it's a little bit of an unattainable / dream goal is what I like to call it. So basically this is like at least one large, crazy idea, okay? Now, you know, some of you might be like, oh, well, I just can't think that way. That's fine. Leave this one off the list. But for me, who happens to be a huge dreamer, I love dreaming. I love thinking about like, oh, what if this happened? What if this happened? Basically, let yourself dream. That's what resolutions are for. That's what getting excited about a new year is for. That's what working towards your goals are for, is to kind of get excited about the big picture, big dreams, crazy ideas, right? So this last one, you know, you have to give yourself a little grace and say it probably won't happen, but if it did, it'd be awesome. So this could be a big goal, like, and again, this is very catered to you and what you like to do or want to do, but something crazy, maybe traveling and studying art in a different country for a little bit, or doing a crazy mural on a wall downtown or something, entering some sort of contest or some show that would be a big deal. Those are just some ideas. I'm sure you can go crazy with lots of crazy ideas too, but don't be afraid to dream. Yes, we're trying to set goals here that are realistic and attainable, but sometimes crazy stuff happens along the way. And if you kind of have an idea of what some of those crazy things are that you want to do, why not write it down? So go crazy. Sometimes I, at the end of the year, beginning of a new year, put together this is what I definitely need to get done this year. This is the stuff that would be cool if it happened. This one falls under that second page. It would be really awesome if it happened. It gets you excited, and along the way, who knows, maybe you'll work towards it. So I hope you guys found this list of just general New Year's resolution goal ideas helpful. I'm excited for you as the new year approaches, and hope that you can get excited about your list, about your goals, and what you want to get done in the new year. Please give this a video a like if you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share this with another creative friend or artist that you think would find this helpful. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful end of the year and beginning strong, full of gusto new year, and we'll see you next time. Bye. I'll probably drink lots of tea too. Should I put that down under professional goals? I'll probably surpass it anyway.